What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. David Eason is still a huge sore loser about the fact that his GoFundMe page, he had to shut it down because he only raised $135, from Janelle, while his ex, Olivia Leedham, managed to raise over $6,000 towards the fight for custody of their son, Caden. So on Saturday, David took to Facebook to try and allude to the idea that Olivia's GoFundMe fundraiser was, fraudulent. He's like, oh, so if Olivia took all custody from me in June, then why is everyone donating to her for attorney fees to take all custody from me? He is really relying on the idea that people don't do their research, because we all know, I mentioned this in my last video, and I'm sure you guys already knew before I made the video, that the reason that Olivia made her GoFundMe was because she and David would have to be back in court again in 8 months to get their custody agreement kind of reviewed, and obviously that costs money, to have attorney representation. Enough people lit him up in the comments that, he decided to move on to a new angle, just last night. And so now he's trying to shame Olivia for dating like any other grown-ass woman does. He posted a status update that said, "Damn, Olivia Leedham, just found out that you dated Tommy, Alan, and now you have another man all within the past 3 months. Good job." And then in the comment section, he followed it up by saying, "No wonder she's trying to hide my son from me. She has a different daddy for him every weekend." It's incredibly rich that David Eason is publicly trying to belittle Olivia for dating when his own wife Janelle was engaged 4 times, with him being the 4th, by the time she was 25 years old, and she was already married once before as well. And don't forget that there was a time when Janelle didn't know if she was actually pregnant or if she was still kind of carrying some hormones from the abortion that she just had. And keep in mind that this new pregnancy that she was hoping was real, and it turned out to be, was with Nathan, her boyfriend of 8 weeks at the time. So pot, meat kettle. Things got especially heated when in the comments section, one of the exes of Olivia's that David had mentioned in his status, named Thomas, came right on over and decided to put David in his place for trying to shame his ex-girlfriend. His first response read, "Dude, do you want to leave me out of this?" And then David responded by saying, "So, since you're here, tell us all, what is so false, bud?" And Thomas decided to really go in and let have on his ASS. He said, "David, I haven't dated Olivia in far longer than 3 months, sport. Nobody has been called daddy but me, because I was there when you were absent before the cameras. Yeah, you're welcome, by the way, for that. Now, why don't you focus on whatever court battle you're going through and keep my name off your social media. Plus, Olivia never bashed you in front of Caden and never touched any drugs the entirety of our relationship. You just make stuff up, bud." How freaking iconic is it that Thomas came in and hit David with the 6-piece split? And I'm going to tell you how he broke David down in 6 pieces, because this is beautiful. First of all, he comes in and debunks David's lie. He's like, David claimed that Olivia was dating all these guys within the span of 3 months. Right off the bat, Thomas goes, "No, I haven't dated her in far longer than the 3 months that you're claiming, sport." Next, he goes on to sun David by saying that his own son was calling him daddy the whole time that he was with Olivia. Boom, boom. And he calls David out for pretending to want to be a father to his son now that he's got some kind of notoriety. And here comes the uppercut. He then tells David, "Why don't you focus on whatever court battle you're going through, boom, 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 because that is public, and keep my name off your social media." And then he calls out 2 more lies that David just spewed about Olivia. First of all, she never spoke poorly about David throughout their relationship. And lastly, she never touched any kind of drugs. So stop making things up. This guy is a reading legend. He handed David his booty on a silver platter with no effort whatsoever. Of course, David never did end up responding to his comment after that, because you know what? He is a coward who only ever goes after women. You guys, how do you feel about this epic dragging that David got on his own profile from Olivia's ex-boyfriend? And before we drop off here, is there anything really wrong with dating 3 guys in 3 months? It doesn't mean that she was in a relationship with any of them. They could have been first dates, second dates, or what have you. I personally don't see anything wrong with it. It's so immature of David to try to drag Olivia for it. But I digress. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.